What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is tonibryanne, and in today's video, we will be discussing TikTok's overconsumption craze. But before we get into today's video, please be sure you guys are following me on all my social media platforms. I am on TikTok and I'm also on Instagram. If you consider yourself to be a bookworm, please join my book club, The Reading Circle, on Patreon. I'm actually considering making it completely free. Right now it's only $5, but I think I want to do a trial run, just making it kind of like a girl group, and if we have said events, then we'll consider the whole payment thing. I don't know. I'm feeling generous. Society's hard right now. Everything's expensive. So I think I'm just going to do it that way. That's what's speaking to me. So yeah, please join the reading circle. We're going to be restarting in October. Okay. So if you are actually serious, please join. I want only serious individuals that actually want to read the book, actually want to meet, actually would care to do personalized interviews, meet up with the authors, and have events. If you're looking for that sisterhood or just book club hood, I guess, because we want guys and women, please be sure to join the reading circle. I also am launching my very first podcast, which I am super thrilled about. We actually will be filming the first episode most likely next week or the week after next. So I'm super blessed that I even have this opportunity to do so. My dream goal ever since I was a little girl was to be a talk show host. So this was like the start of it, doing this YouTube channel, which I'm so thankful for all my supporters. But now being able to actually interview people and have like a sit down interview, I'm so excited. And when I tell you guys, the inquiries that I've gotten so far are absolutely insane, and I think that they're going to be very motivational, inspiring, and cause healthy and productive conversation. I'm not even lying. But if you are someone that you guys think that you guys would be a very great candidate for this podcast, please be sure to send your inquiries. All the details will be in the link in my description box. This is a podcast for someone that has made one decision that has changed their entire life, whether for the good, whether for the worst. And if it was for the worst, how is your life now? What have you done? What changes did you make? I want impactful, inspiring, and just in some cases out of this world stories. Let's get this discussion going. But yeah, that is all my housekeeping stuff. Please make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Okay, be subscribed. The podcast will be audio and visual, so I'll be sure to let you guys know when that channel's up and ready. And please be sure you guys are following me on my lifestyle channel, where you guys see more vlogs and me living my day-to-day life. And remember, everything will be linked down below. And now, you guys, let's get into a little bit of positivity. Today's quote of the day is, "I am grateful for the money I have now and the money that is on its way to me." Today's verse of the day is Matthew chapter 7, verse 2, and it reads, "For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." And without further ado, you guys, let's get straight into today's video.
Taking you in this moment.
Gen Z and many others that are on social media platforms have been trained to overly consume not just content, but also products. However, in recent years, I feel as if the overconsumption mentality has been mainly fueled by the rise and growth of the platform TikTok. Y'all may think I attack TikTok so much because I've done several videos on TikTok and just the problematic aspects of TikTok. You can like something, but then also see cons within it. It is okay to have other opinions. It's okay to agree to one thing, but disagree with one component of it. But if you either formulate one opinion, but then change it later on, or you have two different opinions on one topic, you're immediately looked down upon. But y'all know with social media, there's either a right answer or a wrong answer. But I say that all to say, while TikTok can indeed be very entertaining and I think also a very useful platform, the design of TikTok is also promoting a lot of digital overconsumption, shorter attention spans, and many effects on our mental well-beings and also the planet's well-being. So I broke this video down in several talking points. So let's first start off with my first talking point, and that is the intentional destructive design of TikTok.
I just spent 10 minutes on TikTok. One guy told me we're all gonna die in 10 years. Another guy wanted to convince me to buy a new camera for 300 euros. Another video showed me how to make 10k a month. Then another girl told me that I need to lose weight and be skinny for summer and how to achieve that. A video telling me to delete social media. A video telling me to start my content creator journey. All in the span of 10 minutes.
This makes the app super engaging and super user driven, which ultimately is because of the perfectly curated and designed FYP. So what is the FYP? The FYP is acronym for the For You page. And when I say For You page, it literally is for you. I personally feel TikTok has the best algorithm out of all the platforms. I think at one point, my lovely YouTube, I love you YouTube so much. I mean, this is my job. But I feel as if at one point YouTube did have a very good algorithm, but now it's kind of wonky. I don't feel as if the Explore page for YouTube is as well done as TikTok is, at least any longer. But the For You page is a tab on TikTok that is perfectly personalized for every user on the app. And this tab is personalized due to following a TikTok user's behaviors. So it monitors the type of videos that a TikTok user likes, what they're constantly viewing, their daily interactions, what they comment on, what are their interests, what are they searching up in the search box. So with all of that information they get, very quickly, it curates that perfect FYP. And the FYP is the very first thing you see when you open up the TikTok app. So it's almost as if TikTok wants you to be locked in as soon as you touch the TikTok icon. While this obviously sounds quite incredible and amazing that an app knows exactly what you like and you don't have to go and find those things on your own, it also can be seen as quite problematic. This is due to platforms like TikTok that are meant to tap into our dopamine system. So if you're unsure on what the brain's dopamine system is, I'm going to explain it to you guys like you guys are 5. So dopamine is like the happy messenger in our brains. When you do something fun and exciting like watching your favorite football team, eating at your favorite restaurant, hanging out with your best friends, or playing your favorite game, your brain sends out dopamine to make you feel good. So think of it as getting a little reward inside your brain, helping you know and understand that what you're doing is enjoyable. So let's connect this back to TikTok. With TikTok making short form videos, or at least those being the most popular, the endless loop of dopamine is what makes TikTok so exciting. So whether you're the one posting or you're the one watching, dopamine is constantly being produced. So if you're watching TikTok, it's the unpredictability of the next video that's coming up. You just laughed really loud at the last video, so now you're hoping you're gonna laugh again at the next one. Or you just enjoyed this really good think piece on the last video, so you're hoping to see another one. It constantly keeps your brain on edge, waiting on that little reward. And if you're the one posting, think about when you guys post on Instagram. Think about when you post on TikTok. When you get a like, when you get a comment, when you get a share, it feels good to see. It's like this short form happiness, and you just want to keep seeing more likes come in. You want to keep seeing more shares happen. You want to keep seeing more interactions. It's natural. Even if you think you don't, we all kind of like it a little bit. I think, for instance, a great example will be me being a YouTuber. There's literally phases of when I get excited about videos. I remember I used to be excited when I would get, heck, 500 views in one day. Now that's like a no-no. I'm expecting 500 views within the first 20 minutes. And even then I'm like, one video got like 5,000 views in 30 minutes. So you're constantly comparing even when you don't realize it. Although I'm very blessed to have this platform, my brain is constantly yearning for those big numbers that I've seen in the past. Before, I'd be excited if my video hit 20K. Now I'm excited if my video hits 200K. And it keeps getting worse and worse. And that's why I think people are never completely satisfied with where they are in life, especially when it comes to social media, because you always want more interaction. You always want to be the next big star. I think a perfect example of this is sniffing that powder. It's a burst of feel good. I think that high lasts like 6 to 7 minutes. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I've never done it before, but this is what I've heard. So that's what makes it so addictive, is because you feel so good for just a little bit. So then you want to do it again, and again. And that's what it is with social media, specifically TikTok. You want to post again and again, or you want to watch videos again and again. That's why before you know it, you spend way much more time on TikTok than you originally intended to do. And unfortunately, the FYP is literally designed and perfectly curated for you to do that endless scrolling. And this endless scrolling can lead to binge watching behaviors, causing people to easily lose track of time while they are on TikTok's platform. So now, with this in mind, okay, hear me out. It is clear that TikTok has pushed us to a level of overconsumption digitally and also physically that is pretty jarring. We see the latest trends and products within seconds, and it's so easy to feel the impulse to go and buy something, or or the impulse to go ahead and do something. Whether that's jumping on a trend or buying the latest and newest TikTok shop product. TikTok's fast-paced platform is meant for us to make these impulsive decisions. And what is the result of this? We start acting very quickly, almost without even thinking, because we are afraid of missing out. So let's get into a few of TikTok's methods of overconsumption. Let's first start off with fast fashion. So I feel as if this was a very prevalent issue, especially during the pandemic. People were just at home buying stuff, okay? This was when a lot of people were out of work or they began working from home. They were getting unemployment. They were getting the PPP loan. People felt like they were the richest that they ever were, and we are all clearly paying for it today because Jesus, oh my God, our price is up. I will be doing a series. I believe I'm going to do it next month that is going to be about America Has a Problem. So be on the lookout of that. I'll be talking about inflation. I'll be discussing the loneliness epidemic and just so many different things. So please stay tuned for that. I'm very excited to do that video. And God willing, fingers crossed, we'll have some guests that come on and share their thoughts as well. So like I stated, TikTok's platform is incredibly fast-paced. The trend game on that app is seriously non-stop. Like, I swear there's always this new and latest trend. Something that was popular last week is no longer popular this week. Every month there's a new aesthetic popping up. Like, you guys, I'm so tired of the aesthetics, okay? We have the clean girl aesthetic. We have the coquette aesthetic. We have the mob wife aesthetic. The Y2K aesthetic. That was really popular back in the 20s. Oh my God, the 20s! Wow, okay, back in 2020. Oh my God. 2020, 2021, the Y2K aesthetic was coming on back, okay? So that's like the early 2000s fashion. It's to the point, it's almost impossible to keep up with trends because there's always something newer and cooler coming about. So let's get back into everybody having so much money and they were just buying, buying, and buying. So from that, a lot of people, well, I'll say aspiring content creators and influencers were doing these massive, massive hauls. If you guys don't know what a haul is, specifically a clothing haul, it's when you buy a bunch of clothes and then you show your audience all the clothes that you bought. And I'm not gonna lie and say I was not guilty of this because I was doing a lot of hauls when I was in college because I would just get free clothes from certain fast fashion brands and I wasn't making any money. I didn't have a job. If I did have a job, it was only for the summer for an internship, or at one point I had an unpaid internship when I was working at a news station. So I wasn't making any money. So this was like a really good way for me to get content in and to also get free clothes. So a lot of other young girl influencers were doing the same exact thing. So I'm not going to necessarily blame them for this. However, they got incredibly popular. So as these girls are showing these massive hauls, they'd be like, what I got from this one brand for $100. And you'll see 20 pieces of clothing that they pulled out of the bag and they're talking about how cute and affordable it is. It is influencing you as a viewer to go ahead and buy those products. So it's no surprise that these hauls would rack up hundreds of thousands and millions of views. And me also being one of those people that used to do these massive hauls, those were some of my most viewed videos. That's why I did them a lot. I remember those were the videos I knew for a fact would let me hit the thousands of views market because I was barely touching 500 views back in the day. So they were incredibly popular because viewers like to watch them, so influencers kept doing them. But here's the thing. While it is fun to watch influencers or creators on the TikTok platform doing these massive hauls and showing all the cute and trendy items that they've gotten, creators doing these hauls were really fueling the fast fashion industry, which has a slew of problems on their own, mainly in terms of environmental impact and then social concerns. And a lot of the reason why these influencers were doing these trends as well, as I talked to you guys earlier, there's always this new aesthetic. There's always, oh my God, the clean girl aesthetic. There's the mob wife aesthetic, like I said, the coquette aesthetic. So these influencers are buying these clothes that match this aesthetic so that it can adhere to the audiences and adhere to the trends that were going so viral on the platform. So you might see one day, and this is mainly towards Gen Z and Gen Alpha, the younger audiences, they see the goth girl aesthetic going viral. So then they go and type up in their search box, because remember, TikTok tracks every little thing you do, everything you type, everything you click on, TikTok is tracking it so it pops up on your For You page. They type in goth girl aesthetic and they see all these cute clothes and they're like, I have to get these clothes right here, right then, right now. So then they go and purchase the same cute and stylish and trendy stuff. And they're like, yes, that dopamine hit. I look so cute. I'm ready to keep up with the Joneses. And then boom, it's out of style. And they see this very quickly because TikTok TikTok is now tracking, oh, you like to watch clothing hauls. So I'm not just going to show you goth girl clothing hauls, I'm going to show you all the clothing hauls. So now you came to the mind because you saw this really cute clothing haul with all the goth girl clothes that, hey, I think I want to be a goth girl aesthetic. Now you see this other creator that's showing a clothing haul that is more adhering to the coquette aesthetic, and they're hearing how, oh my god, the coquette aesthetic is so cute and it's so nice, it's the new trend that all the girls are doing today. So now you're reeling back in after spending hundreds and maybe even thousands of dollars on the goth girl aesthetic to go ahead and get the coquette aesthetic clothes. And then next thing you know, another week later, you see another haul that's talking about the office siren aesthetic, and it's a repetitive cycle that is ongoing and it loops and loops again and again. So the question goes, where do all of these clothes go? Because for some reason in our generation, we feel as if you can't have multiple taste in clothes, you have to only have one type of aesthetic. So when you're done with this aesthetic, say you no longer want to be a goth girl, you're throwing all those clothes away, or you're putting them in thrift stores. And you're doing this without thinking twice about the impact it makes when you're putting all these clothes into waste. So these lovely ladies do these massive hauls, and I'm saying ladies because it's mostly prevalent in the content space with women and young girls. But these girls get so many articles of clothing that are just trendy. They're not staple pieces that can be in your closet forever. So within a week or within a month, they get over the clothes and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna donate these clothes because it's a good cause. However, there is a major issue with a lot of women going on ahead to donate their clothes to thrift stores. Who is primarily shopping at thrift stores? Well, who was supposed to, because thrifting is a whole separate video, because thrifting became a trend too when it came to TikTok. But most people that go thrifting are in underprivileged homes. So now they're kind of getting stuck with these fast fashion clothes that are not well produced and they're not good quality. So now they're stuck with these trendy pieces that they don't even want. Delilah from South Dakota may not want to wear a shirt that says bows before bros. And also, a lot of thrift stores are saying that there's so many people now donating their clothes, mostly fast fashion clothes, that they can't even upkeep with the amount of clothes that are in the thrift stores. So then they have to end up putting some clothes into waste. So this is an ongoing problem.
This is the problem with thrifting right now. Urban Outfitters, but I hate it. Shein, but I love it. Vera Wang, but I hate it. Shein, but I love it. Sam Edelman, but I hate it. Actually, this one's not that bad. Shein, but I love it. I feel like part of it is the styles of Shein just don't last that long, or they don't fit well, so people donate them. But the nicer quality pieces last forever and people love them. And a lot of them are timeless, so why would they get rid of them? I'm just sick and tired of falling in love with something and then realizing, oh, it's Shein.
So now let's discuss product recommendation videos. The rise of TikTok made me buy it videos have become a massive trend. So this has become a trend through, I would say, mostly from the rise of TikTok Shop. So in videos titled TikTok made me buy it, you will see influencers showing off gadgets, cosmetics, and clothing pieces that they were convinced to buy through TikTok. So since they were convinced to buy it, now they are spreading it to their viewers that they also are convincing to buy it. As y'all can see, it's a repetitive cycle again and again. These videos are typically influencers raving and talking so highly about a product that they got from the TikTok shop. Before, it used to be mainly from like Amazon, that they saw like something on TikTok and this creator got it from Amazon. So they'd be like, go on my Amazon storefront and go buy it too. So they're just raving and overly exaggerating how amazing a product is. Once again, I'm not ashamed to say, as someone that was an aspiring influencer, I did this once in a while too. This thing has changed my life. Like, I definitely did that in one video, okay? In the moment, it did feel like it changed my life, but I also was being a little bit dramatic because I was on camera. So yeah, they will say, oh my God, it's life-changing. This is the best thing I ever had. This is a once-in-a-lifetime product. You must get it right now. So then you as a consumer, you're like, oh my God, I have to get this product. Like, did you see what that mascara did to her eyes? I mean, the mascara I'm wearing right now was influenced to buy from TikTok years ago. I mean, I think most of my makeup I was influenced to buy via TikTok, which is crazy. Probably like my whole face. From my skin tint I'm wearing, from the mascara I'm wearing, from the blush I'm wearing, the lip gloss I'm wearing. Yeah, I was heavily influenced. With 99% of the stuff that is on my face right now, I was influenced to get from TikTok, from someone raving about it. Now, some of the raves were good raves because I highly love these products, but also there are some things that I have purchased from feeling influenced by TikTok to buy something, and they were not the best quality. So these influencers do these videos overly exaggerating how amazing a product is, and the next thing you know, within minutes, the product is sold out everywhere. Have y'all seen that? Like, I've seen that quite a bit. TikTok and TikTok's creators are absolutely brilliant when it comes to making you feel as if you need something. Not that you want something, that you need something. Like, literally whatever the influencer is showing off, you feel like you need it even if you never thought about that product before seeing that video. It's actually kind of mind-altering and a little bit sick now that I'm thinking about it as I'm filming this, because I am definitely a victim of doing this. And I'm not even just a victim, I'm also a perpetrator of doing these things too. You don't realize you're doing it. You don't realize that you're influencing such a large audience to get something because you were influenced to do it. It's twisted a little bit now that I think about it. I know for sure I've seen this with like certain skincare products. Do you guys remember snail mucin? When snail mucin got so popular, everybody's like, you need snail mucin. I never thought about that. Like, my skin does not get dry easily, and I still bought it because everybody was like, oh my god, my skin looks like glass. And it's just because they literally have it sitting on their face. It's not absorbed in their skin. Snail mucin's okay. Like, at least for me, it's all right. It's not like the best thing I ever had, but the multitude of influencers that were promoting it made me feel as if I needed it, and my skin will look so much better if I use this revolutionary product. You see this with kitchen gadgets or the latest fashion trend. All of these different things contribute to impulsive buying, which further leads to overconsumption. And as I talked about TikTok Shop, because I told you guys at one point, it used to be a lot of Amazon things. Like, influencers would go ahead and promote their Amazon storefront. But then TikTok saw like, oh, these influencers are having things on Amazon get sold out right away. Why don't we just bring Amazon to our platform? And they did so by developing TikTok Shop. And with the development of TikTok Shop, I fear this has gotten even worse. It is literally so simple to see something that you think is either cute or cool and then just automatically go ahead and buy it. I've done that a few times through TikTok Shop. I was heavily against TikTok Shop at one point. If you guys watched my video from like a year ago of me talking about, I think it was called like everything wrong with TikTok, I literally said I'm never shopping from TikTok Shop ever. But about 6 months later, I bought my first thing from TikTok Shop and I did not stop. I was going ahead and buying stuff from TikTok Shop because it just kept being put right in your face. Before, you'd be less inclined to go ahead and buy a product because you had to exit the app, then go and search whatever that influencer was looking at, or go ahead and click the link in their bio. It felt like more work. But now, with the TikTok Shop icon, it's literally right above the video, like, well, right on top of the video. So say this person's talking about this cute matching set they just got, and you're like, oh my god, that looks so good on them, it looks so cute. You're not even questioning the material, you're just like, that is a really cute matching set. It's only $10, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. Click, 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 and within 60 seconds, you done got yourself a new matching set without even thinking about it really. There's not much need for thought. Whereas before, you had to think about it a little bit because you had to jump over so many hoops just to get the product that you wanted. And on top of this, fast fashion, cheap, and mass-made items are what dominate the TikTok Shop, which contributes to environmental concerns and disposable shopping culture, which creates, once again, overconsumption. And I also will say, from my personal experience and others, when they receive the products that they purchased, there is a quality concern. A lot of the products that are inherently overhyped on TikTok do not always live up to the expectations and the exaggerations that these influencers were promoting these products to be, which leaves consumers to be incredibly disappointed after getting caught up in the excitement of these viral trends. And this cycle leads to impulsive spending and regret. It's also more difficult to return these products than receiving them, so a lot of people are just stuck with them and money is gone. And in today's economy, y'all know we can't just let money go to waste.
TikTok Shop is low-key Temu. Nah, just listen to me real quick. Half the stuff that I ordered, trash. I mean, straight basura. I ordered that little mirror reverse thing that lets you see the other side of your phone, trash. I ordered the monitor that lets you hook to your phone so you can see your phone while using the back camera, basura. Some of the shirts I got smell like basura. That little olive oil you missed thingy, trash. What was that? Like, it literally just squirted out like, that's it. Hold on, what else I got? I got like 2 or 3 other things. Like, if I did not make a video for it, trust me, I didn't like it. So if I do a TikTok Shop video, whatever I'm using, I like it and it actually works. And it don't smell like no booty. Because I'm all about getting to the bag. But baby, run my coins back because half that stuff comes straight from Wish.com. They could keep changing the name. Wish, Shein, Temu, TikTok Shop. It's all the same thing. All right, bye.
And I also wanted to add, with there being commission available for creators via TikTok Shop, it is very difficult to find authentic and genuine reviews because these creators are trying to get paid via commission. So if they bought an item and they say that it's crap, most likely people aren't going to go ahead and buy those items. So they're going to overly exaggerate how amazing an item is so that they can get paid. Even me just scrolling, trying to look for negative reviews or someone saying that they got junk from TikTok Shop, it is so difficult to find. I didn't find one negative review. Everybody is saying how it's the best thing since sliced bread. It is insane. So I'm pretty sure TikTok is very aware that a lot of people are scamming their audiences in order for them to make compensation. It is a very good tool from TikTok's point of view because they know that creators aren't going to bash them as a company because they get a piece of the pie as well. So if everybody's getting paid, no one's really gonna complain. Like, have y'all seen like the phases of when TikTok Shop is like promoting one product like overly? Y'all remember the shadow journal? Oh my god, I saw the shadow journal in every corner I turned. It was like the shadow journal, the snail mucin, the walking pad. I've seen a lot of workout stuff go viral now because I feel like the most popular thing right now is working out and exercise and just being active. The lip liner stain I've seen recently. There was this like body butter, I think it's like body butter glaze. It had like little sparkles in it. That was going viral a lot, which further promotes micro trends, which is what I was talking about earlier with all of these clean girl aesthetics, mob wife aesthetic, all these different aesthetics. These trends come and go so quickly that the mass production of clothing does not lead to sales, and then these brands have to throw these clothes away, or the people that actually went and bought these clothes no longer want them, so they're throwing the clothes away. So it's just continuously adhering to the environmental concerns that we have when it comes to mass production and overconsumption. These trends go from 0 to 100 really, really quick, like literally in just a matter of days. And the quickness of these viral trends keeps users constantly searching for the next big thing, pushing them to just continuously buy. And then people end up accumulating a large amount of items that they only wear once or twice or never at all because they're now out of style and they never got the chance to fully enjoy that trendy style while it was in, because as soon as it's in, it is out. And this continuous cycle contributes to a culture of waste and unnecessary consumption, as perfectly good items are then discarded in favor of whatever's trending at that latest moment. So you guys know we've talked about hauls, we talked about the TikTok made me buy it videos and just product recommendations. Now let's talk about restocking videos, because restocking videos have literally gotten out of control too. So if you guys are unaware of what restocking videos are predominantly popular on TikTok, I would say. And these videos are short clips of people reorganizing and refilling everyday items in their home. I've seen some with restocking toiletries. I've seen videos of restocking their snacks in their house. I've seen makeup ones. I've seen Stanley Cup ones. Child, why do you need 100 Stanley Cups? I have no idea. But yes, I've seen Stanley Cup ones as well. And these videos often focus on putting things into the drawers very neatly. And these videos primarily focus on them putting these items, these large amount of items that they don't necessarily need all of, but that's gonna come up a little bit later, and putting them in containers and drawers, making the process look very satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. And while they are very satisfying, because I do kind of enjoy watching them, these are not my favorite kind of videos to watch, but I can see why people like them. But they can definitely be seen as problematic for a few different reasons, and I'm going to give my reasons right now. So number one, what this video is about, it promotes consumerism and overconsumption. Many of these restocking videos promote a lifestyle that emphasizes constantly buying and restocking items when you don't need them. And a lot of the times, the items that they're restocking are not even fully used up. And you may think, well, hey, maybe they have a large family, or maybe they are extreme couponers and they just have a bunch of this stuff. But no, in a lot of these cases, these restocking videos are done by creators that solely do restocking content. So they constantly have to restock these things because it's what keeps the bills getting paid. And these videos a lot of times garnish millions and millions of views. And these videos can just definitely create the pressure to constantly buy the newest and latest trendy items, which inevitably leads to waste and also not allowing other people to get these items as well. Hence why the Stanley Cup craze, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, was completely out of control, and why it was so hard for everybody to get a Stanley Cup. People were just buying them up to show my Stanley Cup collection. Child, we'll talk about that in just a second. Another problematic aspect of restocking videos is that it just shows unrealistic standards. These videos often portray perfectly organized homes and perfectly organized pantries and perfectly organized color-coded everything. And it creates very unrealistic expectations for viewers, and it can actually make people feel less than. And also it promotes overconsumption, because why are you emptying out one container and putting it into another container in order for it to be aesthetic? That is not realistic, you guys. And some people can barely afford groceries, let alone going and buying a separate container for the groceries that they just bought. Guys, there is no reason to feel the need and the pressure to take your cereal out of one box and put it into another. It's not that serious. Now, you can have a few things I think that you think are cool and looks nice, I get it, but don't feel like you need to do that. A lot of this stuff is just solely for content, guys. Like, literally, it's for content. Everybody's houses look the same for a reason. It's because it's what's trendy on social media, specifically TikTok. Look at all the lifestyle girlies. They all have the same exact house. I swear, everybody's homes are furnished the same. Everybody has the same perfectly labeled salt and pepper and the perfectly labeled cereal boxes and everything. Like, guys, please, it's not realistic. It's for content. And then lastly, like I said, I do feel as if these videos do promote a little bit of classism, because a lot of these restocking videos are in like these minimalist, very luxury styled apartments and homes. And it definitely alienates viewers from knowing what a realistic house looks like and what a everyday person's life typically looks like. And it definitely disregards the amount of different economic backgrounds that there are, all because they're trying to promote a certain aesthetic. Now, it's not the influencer's fault. I'm just saying this is what this promotes. It can be a little bit classist when we're seeing videos like this. And then, yeah, people just buying bulks of things that they don't really need. And that's when I wanted to talk about the Stanley Cup. People were doing videos stocking up their Stanley Cups. You don't need 50,000 40-ounce tumblers. You don't, okay? TikTok made it seem as if you needed a Stanley Cup. You don't need one. To this day, I still don't have a Stanley Cup. I have 3 40-ounce tumblers, and I only have them in rotation when one is getting cleaned. That's all you need. I don't think you need a whole bunch more. And technically, I only purchased 2 tumblers. One of them I got as a gift, but people feel like they have to buy so many of the same thing, which leads to overconsumption, overpollution, and then not allowing others to get something as well. You don't need 40 Stanley Cups. You don't. When I see Stanley restocking videos or when people dress up their Stanleys, now Stanleys have accessories. Like, what do you mean dress my Stanley with me? People are just buying and buying and buying and feeling like they need to buy so much when they don't really need it. A lot of these things you feel like you need because of social media when it's not a necessity at all. So now let's close this video with the mental health and social impact of overconsumerism on TikTok. The constant exposure to luxurious lifestyles, extravagant hauls, and perfectly curated content can lead to the feeling of inadequacy. A lot of people have expressed that they feel like they are not enough, they're not doing enough, because they see these videos of people just buying so much stuff. I want to be clear, a lot of people buy a lot of these things because they're doing it for content. And me being someone that is an influencer and me being someone that was guilty of doing these massive hauls, I mainly bought those clothing items for content or if I was working with a brand. So we have to be clear that a lot of this overconsumption and a lot of the everyday people are buying all these articles of clothing when the creator is not even purchasing them themselves. So your pressure and anxiety to keep up is affecting also your bills and your pockets, okay?
Unpopular opinion, but it is not normal to have 10 mascaras, 30 foundations, 100 lip liners. That is not normal. That is overconsumption. It is normal to have 1, maybe 2 max of each beauty, makeup, or hair care product. It is not normal to have bins and drawers filled with product. When I tell you with my whole heart and my whole chest that the overconsumption of makeup or any beauty product in general is a direct reflection and cause influencers and influencer marketing 1000%. So many women and girls see these content creators and influencers showing 10 of their favorite concealers, 10 of their favorite blushes, They feel like they're missing out. They have a sense of FOMO that they need to go buy and try all of these makeup products in order to look like these beauty influencers or these content creators, when in reality, these content creators and influencers are not paying for any of it. This is from brands sending them PR, gifted collabs, whatever it might be. They are not paying for the makeup that they're showing you, but then they're telling you to go buy it. But you know damn well they wouldn't be buying all that makeup and all that product if it was on their credit card. You know that for damn sure, but they're telling you to do it. I just think there's so much wrong within the beauty community and influencing in general. And I'm not a hater, like, get your bag. Trust me, I believe in it 100%. If you can make money doing it and that's okay with you, you do that. But I just think there's such direct repercussions and impacts on young girls and young women that people don't talk about enough.
You don't need to always keep up. Please remember that being an influencer is a job. Now, I try my absolute hardest, y'all. Y'all be true. I try my hardest to make sure I am working with brands that I feel are actual legitimate brands and that I've used the products before. So I'm more than happy to share brands. I'm more than happy to do brand deals. I love to do brand deals. Let's be real, this is still a job. I still put a lot of time and effort into my content. I think that all influencers should be getting paid for the work that they do. Let's be clear on that. But my point is to say is, you trying to keep up with trends, you trying to be in the latest and greatest, trendiest clothes is not necessary. Get what you like, understand the difference between needing and wanting, and I promise you'll live probably a much happier life. Also, I want to be clear that some creators do actually have to buy all of these products. I had a friend that was a really well-known hygiene creator, and she would do all of these hauls. She would do these hygiene shower hauls, showing all the shower gels she got, showing all the soap she got, showing all of the perfume she got, the body sprays, the body mist. Now, some were gifted, but she also was purchasing them herself. So she said like it just got out of control and she had so much stuff that she wasn't even using that it made her not even want to do that kind of content anymore. And the reason why she kept buying stuff and kept getting gifted these things was because it's what she did for a living. Well, she was in college, but this was like her form of income at one point. So it can get very draining for not only the viewer, but also the content creator. So the constant need to stay relevant and stay on trends affects both the content creator and also the viewer.
So we're all being sold an illusion, apparently. Because why did no one tell me that the influencers are out here lying about their lifestyle? I recently posted a video about how you don't need to buy all of this stuff that you see on TikTok, and the girls in my comments are giving the tea, honey. Tell me why there are influencers who are on this app who are literally going and making purchases, taking you along to make these purchases, and literally leaving their carts in the store. If they're not leaving their carts in the store, then they're buying the stuff, taking it home, showing it to you in a haul, and then returning it to get their money back. Everybody is not out here getting thousands and tens of thousands of dollars of PR, apparently. And I'm not knocking a girlie's hustle. Get your money however you can. But I'm saying, as a consumer, as someone who has to look at all of that stuff, do not be easily influenced, and do not buy things just because you see somebody else who has them. It might not even be really theirs to have. Stop letting these people take advantage of you.
And then lastly, I am quite sure TikTok is well aware that their short form video content and their fast-paced platform is going to shorten your attention span, which then in turn leads their users to the need of instant gratification, not only from content, but also from shopping and consuming. They know what they're doing. The more you spend money, the more money they make. It's very smart from a business standpoint, but just know that you are a part of the same game that they're playing, okay? It is very easy to get caught up in just buying and trying to stay up and keep up with the Joneses. They know that that's your desire, so they know by having all of these trends and having the TikTok shop and telling you what's the coolest and latest and best thing to get is going to make you spend your own pockets, and that puts money in their pockets.
You're obsessed with buying things because you're miserable and trying to self-soothe. Whoa. Let me explain. When you wake up in the morning and can take the time to notice the beauty of the flowers on your nightstand or appreciate the color scheme in your room, it signals safety. From an evolutionary behavioral standpoint, we only have the time to almost stop and smell the roses, or acknowledging and enjoying the beauty around you. We're not actively worried about food, safety, shelter, potential predators putting us into fight or flight. We only have time to customize our life with material when we generally have achieved a safe quality of life. So when we buy things or consume, it tells our monkey brains that we're safe or happy, and it makes us feel good. temporarily. But when we see this level of consumption of people buying aesthetic items non-stop all the time, it starts to feel like compensation. Why are we so desperate to live the fantasy that the items we buy represent? Why are we obsessed with aesthetically customizing every aspect of our lives? I believe it's a method of self-soothing. We've hit such a radical point of overconsumption that we're beginning to use it as a band-aid to cover up a bullet hole. We try to fill our hole of dissatisfaction and anxiety with the temporary feeling of safety an aesthetic environment brings us. But at its core, there's still something missing. By constantly buying things, we're trying to use our evolutionary biology to fix a problem caused by modern society. And while it acts as a crutch, it ultimately leads to our issues getting worse as we continue to shop on Amazon for a distraction. Think before you consume. Do you need it or do you need help?
So I think that you definitely can enjoy TikTok, but you have to definitely be more mindful of how much of TikTok you're consuming. Try as hard as you can not to be a part of the fast fashion lifestyle. I know it's very difficult because things are so expensive now. I have thoughts on fast fashion and people saying that we should just eradicate it in general. There's thoughts on that, but I will say try to limit the amount of times you are using fast fashion websites. And in a more affordable way to go about this, besides just moving from fast fashion to shopping on Zara, is to try doing secondhand shopping, support more sustainable brands, and then of course just shop with stores that you know promote more sustainability and eco-friendly options. And one of the bigger things that I've personally done is that I have limited the amount of influencers that are very promo heavy on my timeline. There are some influencers that literally every single video they're promoting something. Once again, I'm all for getting your bills paid, and I know that it's important for us to promote brands. It all comes with the territory. When you become an influencer or a content creator, you're gonna work with brands. Like, that just comes with the territory. And I think a lot of people need to understand that and not get an attitude or be upset when influencers are doing so, because this is what pays the bills. Maybe you think they get paid more than they truly deserve, but if this was you and this was your life, you'd probably want the same thing. I do think some of it is coming from holding influencers accountable, but sometimes I do feel as if it comes from envy. But I say this all to say, I think that there should be a balance. I don't think every single video should be a ad, okay? I feel like that makes it a little bit inauthentic. So what I have chosen to do is that whenever I have an influencer that I've been following for a while and they start getting bigger or they start being very curated, I just limit my access to that influencer by unfollowing them or just not interacting with the content that I don't find to be authentic. And then you can just start following more creators that promote more minimalism, sustainability, self-growth, talk about important topics, and that will kind of limit the amount of content that you see that is constantly promoting overconsumption. But yeah, you guys, that is the end of today's video. I of course want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on overconsumption? Are you someone that you feel participates in overconsumption? Do you see the patterns within overconsumption? Do you feel as if it's taking over your life? Let's get the discussion going in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're on the road to 300,000 subscribers. And of course, my little CTA to you guys is to please be sure to apply to my podcast. If you're located in the Atlanta area or are interested in traveling to Atlanta, please let me know. I would love to hear your story and tell your story. But yes, I just wanted to once again to be clear is that TikTok does not have to be a negative. There are many positive attributes of TikTok, and I love TikTok. TikTok does not have to be a tool for overconsumption. You can use TikTok to be more mindful. You can learn more on TikTok, and you can utilize it as a platform for inspiration. So think of it as that. Whenever I'm speaking about something negative, that does not mean that there are not positives in this. So you can look at it in more of a positive light. It's just how you choose to view things and how you choose to move forward when you're given certain information. But you guys, I love you all so very much once again, and I will see you all in my very next video. I have been filming for almost 2 hours, so I got to go, okay? I think I'm gonna go to the gym next, and then I have young adult church after. So I'm excited for that. My friend invited me, my friend Nicole, if you're watching, she invited me to her young adult service that she has at her church. So I'm excited to go to that. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my very next video. Love you guys, bye. Mwah.
Taking you in this moment. Come get close like you own it. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burden.